Okay, hi guys. So I get asked all the time about the differences between the two big nanozeolites on the market, PBX and TRS, and why I don't recommend TRS, which is the synthetic version of PBX. And one of the reasons, apart from it being an inferior product, and I'm not going to get all into that, but one of the reasons is there's a lot of deceptive marketing around TRS, a lot of outright lies. And when you challenge the company or the distributors, they basically just block you, don't answer, don't respond. I'm going to respond to one of the key lies right now, and this is a video made by one of their top distributors, a guy called Adam Ringham. And I'm going to share one of the lies that he's telling, although actually he might not be consciously lying. I'll cover that when we get to it. But let's start off by hearing his own words about the size of the particle. I want you to listen for the word particle. That's important. The size of the particle of TRS. Okay, so have a listen.
What makes the advanced TRS different, number one, is the particle size. It's a 0.9 nanometer on average.
Okay, so hopefully you heard him very clearly right then say that the particle size is 0.9 nanometers on average. That is the claim, okay? And it's not true, but there's reason that he said that, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch to Coseva's own website where you can see what Coseva are saying about the size, okay? So just bear with me a second and we'll get that loaded up, and I'll make myself a little smaller. So this is the official Coseva website, and they say about the size, the classic definition is that a particle, so that's what he was talking about, a particle is considered to be nanosized when it's less than 100 nanometers. The definition is non-limiting functional definition, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the particle size, if it's less than 100 nanometers, is considered nano. Okay, so now they've gone to what is the size of the particle size in advanced TRS. The particle size in advanced TRS are between 10 and 250 nanometers. Okay, stop there. So he just claimed the average size was 0.9 nanometers, and they're saying that the smallest size is 10, with 250 at the top. By the way, that means that over half of it is above nano size. Anything over 100, based on what they've just told you, 100 nanometers or less is nano size. So they've got between 10 and 250. So a big chunk of their nanozeolite is not nanozeolite. It's above the size. And this size 10 is above the average size that he was just claiming on that video. So how is it that he's giving such false information? Well, this is a case, I've done previous videos where Adam Ringham is telling outright lies, but this isn't one of them. In this case, that video is 2 years old. And 2 years ago, Coseva was making that claim about the size of their zeolite. They were saying that it was an average of 0.9 particle size, just as he is claiming. So he was using the information given to him by Coseva at that time. They've been pushed on that to come up with evidence, and then they switched position, and this is their new position. And now, to try and retain the 0.9, they're now claiming that's the pore size. They happen to have a pore size of 0.9, which is quite interesting considering their starting size is 10, which would make it a 0.9 hole and basically nothing around the edge. Anyway, by the by. So their particle size has switched to between 10 and 250 nanometers. For years they've been claiming their particle size, as Adam Ringham just said, was 0.9. That is a massive, massive difference. And just in case you don't realize the importance of that particular information, the smaller it is, the more powerful it is. Okay, so PBX is genuinely lab proved in that very small size. Theirs is massively bigger than PBX. And they were trying to, they're basically making false claims, the company were. So he, as a distributor, was not lying in that situation. But I'm gonna finish with another quick point where the distributors actually are lying. and they're talking about something that, I'm just trying to look for it as we're saying. They're talking about the fact that they claim that, or many of the distributors, Adam Ringham being one, Chris Kirchhoff, Chinting, and many others, claim that TRS is not synthetic. In fact, they're having a big argument at the moment with any of you that know Elizabeth. They're having an argument with her, claiming, because she said it's synthetic correctly, and they're having an absolute go at her, saying that it is not synthetic. Okay, and that's been their position for years, and it's not true. And I'm going to prove that it's not true very quickly. Again, using the Coseva website. And so this is the official Coseva website right now, live. And it says, and this is John Frederick Templeman. He is their he's on the Chief Science Board Advisor. That's who he is. So he's with Coseva. He's very high up on the scientific advice side of things, and he says very simply, we're using a synthetic zeolite in this product. Couldn't be any clearer. And then this lady here, also a scientist, she starts to argue why that's a good thing. It's not, but anyway, she argues that. So Coseva themselves very, very clearly explain that their zeolite is synthetic. I've literally heard Adam Ringham, if I could find it, I would share it, but Adam Ringham say on this that Coseva are wrong about their own product on this. That's his answer to that. Coseva are wrong. But anyway, the company, their science advisors, they all admit it's synthetic. So when you hear TRS distributors claiming it's not synthetic, then either you're talking to someone incredibly ignorant, and some of these guys are highly intelligent, or you're talking to scammers who are basically lying to you, and they don't want you to know the truth about their product, because if you knew the truth, you wouldn't want to be using their product. So I hope that that clarifies a few things. I'm very happy to have a live discussion with any of the distributors from TRS. They've always refused that, but I just put that out there. What I'm saying, I'm prepared to do face-to-face. They won't do that because what I'm saying is true, and they don't have an answer other than to do it all behind closed doors, where people like myself can't be involved in asking the questions that they can't answer. So hopefully, guys, if you've ever had that question put to you, or if you're looking at the two different types of zeolites, then this might be information that will help you to realise that there's a lot of shady marketing going on behind the TRS product. Now, I will just say that any zeolite, even a synthetic zeolite, will remove toxins. And we don't have any safety studies on the synthetic zeolite, or any studies at all in humans. All the studies are on the natural. So we don't know very much about it, but it's a zeolite. It will remove toxins, and people will get results if they remove toxins. However, it's not as powerful as the natural, and there's no studies to show how great it is, which there are many on the natural. So I highly recommend, if you're interested in a gentle, safe detox, you use the product which has been studied with hundreds of studies, and not the product with 0 studies and shady marketing. And don't let them fool you that you can use the same studies that are done on natural to apply to theirs. Okay, that's an argument they put forward. It doesn't work like that. I think people in natural health understand that you might have a natural hormone and you have a synthetic, which they claim is chemically identical, but the body treats them differently. You cannot assume that a synthetic version of something is going to work in the same way. So they cannot use the studies. That's another deception. So hopefully, guys, that's been helpful for you. Thanks very much for your time. Have a great day.